Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AxesOfTrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, take a moment out, support the channel, click that like button, and hopefully, again, I will point you in the right direction. Speaking of pointing in the right direction, again, if you've been watching this broadcast just from the week of Christmas, you kind of know the same common denominators playing out. It's just a market of weakness. It's just been like this now since the last week, well, the second to last week of December. The majority of the value has been to the downside. Yes, has there been specific runners here and there? Sure, absolutely. As Kane so eloquently put it today in the webinar, it's just been kind of a facade, and I'm just paraphrasing, from ship to ship to ship to ship. One day Amazon is strong, next day Nvidia is strong, the following day Tesla is strong, next day, for example, Microsoft is strong, and they all kind of end the same way. And if you've been watching the video, especially even going back to last night's video, again, I always talk about it's not an opinion thing, right? I'm not a bull, I'm not a bear, I'm a data guy, right? I like the numbers, I like solving puzzles, I like, getting clues to what's about to happen next. And if you watched last night's video, again, we set everything up, right? I set everything up for the next day because it's based on data, not my opinion. We talked about Microsoft, right? We talked about Microsoft earnings low. We talked about Shopify couldn't rally yesterday, right? Couldn't rally yesterday despite an upgrade, putting in an inside day second close below the 200-day moving average, right? We talked about these things. We talked about Nvidia couldn't rally, just couldn't rally. First close below the 50-day moving average, getting saved by the 150-day moving average. We talked about these things nonstop. So if you woke up this morning and you don't believe in charts and you don't believe in technical analysis and you don't believe that anything could go wrong, well, you looked up at one point today, you said, well, wait a minute, how's the NASDAQ 100 down 2.5%? Nice little rally towards the end of the day. I believe, if I remember, the U.S. House approved funds to end the government shutdown. They're sending it to Trump to sign, and that was a pretty good stick save here. And you can see the QQQs had a really nice rally off the bottom on this news, right? Really pretty aggressive rally. Qs rallied from 611 all the way up to 618. But the most important part is, and this is kind of how we kick off tonight's video, we have now the first close below the 50-day moving average. Again, it's been kind of a teeter-totter effect in the last several months. As you can see, aggressive sell-offs below the 50, reclaiming the 50, again, excessive rallies, losing the 50, having excessive sell-off. So this is now the first close below the 50-day moving average. Despite the stick save into the afternoon, the NASDAQ closed down 1.5%. After the close, again, here's another example of why earnings are a complete crapshoot. Folks, again, you keep on hearing people trying to handicap earnings. Well, let's handicap earnings. AMD came out with great earnings, right? Absolutely great earnings. I don't think anybody can dispute their earnings. And here's the numbers, right? Here's the absolute numbers. AMD, they thrashed their earnings estimates, beat them by 20 cents. Their revenues beat them by almost $1 billion. And here we are after the close. AMD is down 5.5%. Again, as of right now. By the time you guys see this video, maybe it goes green of the day. I don't know. But again, here's another example of why try to guess which way the markets goes. You can have horrible earnings, the stock rallies. You can have great earnings, the stock sells off. That is what earnings season is. So the idea that you're listening to somebody on social media handicapping what's going to happen on earnings is insane. Again, play DraftKings, right? There's a full slate of basketball games tonight, right? Take a shot, right? Knicks are playing the Wizards, right? Take a shot, right? But don't try to handicap something there's absolutely no way that you can predict the reaction. It's either going to go up or down. That's literally what's going to happen. So the idea that you're breaking down fundamentals ahead of earnings because some guy on social media is bullish or bearish is absolutely silly. So just be very, very careful. Chipotle, right? Chipotle, your kid loves it. My kid loves it. My son eats Chipotle, God knows, 85 times a day. Not a great quarter whatsoever. Stock right now, it's only down 3%, is actually recovered from the recent lows, but the numbers don't look great. They beat their estimates by a penny. Inline revenues, not exactly great store traffic, and the stock is responding. Again, remember, you're going to have also a lot more sour reactions on a negative sentiment type of day. And today, obviously, is playing out exactly the same way. So here we are, right? Here we are going into tomorrow's session. These are the numbers you need to know about. Again, data. It's not my opinion. I love a good bull market. Nobody loves a good bull market more than me, but damn it, your boy likes a nice little sell-off as well. And this is why, again, we've been preparing every single day based on the previous day's data. So here's what you need to know. The big level on the Qs are obviously going to be 607. Is this going to be an imminent thing for tomorrow? Probably not, right? Probably not, depending how AMD responds throughout the day. Again, it could bring up the semis and all that good stuff, bring up the chip makers, all that stuff. But again, the big number down the road, just set an alert, 607. It's going to be interesting to see, though, if we could hold on to 611 tomorrow. Because if we can't hold on to 611 tomorrow after this impressive snapback, then we will start retesting that to 607 level. So write down 611 for tomorrow. That will be the day's pivot on the QQQs, and then you have this macro area, which is the January 20 lows of 607. So let's talk about individual things. Yesterday, Apple was an awesome trade, absolute awesome trade. Today was day two. Apple 270.50s. Again, it's one of the very few names that not only held up, but actually price improved today. Again, not a big move, only went up $1 and change above yesterday's pivot. But we talked about on last night's video, use any weakness in the morning, use any weakness, and it came back into 60-minute support in the 62, 67, 70s area, snapback, traded up to 271.50s. Nice move there. Congratulations for all you guys who held it. Tesla stick safe today. It broke the 414.50 level, went down to 413.60s. Again, not a lot of put buying in name. Good stick save. I'm guessing it's stick save just like everything else on the House approving the government shutdown. And so I definitely want to keep an eye on this thing going down the road for that. So MU was my last trade of the day. I think I skipped a couple pivots. We'll get to that in a second. So I'm going to give you guys, okay? I'm going to give you guys the natural pivot on MU. So I shorted MU today at 410. It traded down to the 407 level. It held, right? It held, and it snapped back. That's fine. I took a partial profit, break even on the balance. Guys, watch 407. I'm literally giving you the pivot, right? Watch 407. The reason why 407 on MU for the next couple of days, you see how many times it held the 10-day moving average, right? 407 is going to be a massive line in the sand. Don't be naive to think your favorite stock can go lower. Look, just all you got to do is look at the SLV unwind, the GLD unwind, right? This thing has literally held the 10-day moving average on a number of occasions, but now it held it 3 days in a row. Watch the 407 level. God bless. Godspeed, right? So keep an eye on that for tomorrow. But again, give me some cash flow. Here was a monster move, right? We discussed, here's a massive move. We talked about it yesterday, the 421 area on Microsoft. It got absolutely destroyed. I think that's the best way of saying it. 421 earnings low. That's basically it, right? Microsoft got absolutely destroyed, traded all the way down to 408. Just a massive move. Where's the Netflix? I actually lost some money on Netflix. Where's my next Netflix pivot? I know I lost some money on Netflix. Where was my Netflix pivot? I'll find it. Shopify, right? We talked about Shopify. 130.40 held twice. Again, we talk about this, folks, that when you see a stock building below the 50, that's terrible. When you are seeing a stock build below the 200-day moving average, you have a potential of Armageddon, right? So 130.40 held twice, building below the 200-day moving average. That is the natural pivot. Shopify got absolutely just destroyed, traded all the way down, literally all the way down to 119 from the 130 area. Where the hell is the Netflix pivot? Oh, here it is. Okay, I knew it wasn't crazy. Yeah. So I shorted Netflix. I hate the stock, by the way. I needed to really prove myself that I really hated the stock. So I shorted Netflix. It went down like 70, 75 cents. Usually what happens is a lot of times it will retest back the breakdown level. So it retested back the breakout level, started coming back in again, and then reclaims back the previous 5-minute candle, starts squeezing me out. Maybe net, I lost like 40, 50 cents. It's not the point of the money. It's just the way the stock trades. I can honestly say this was my last trade ever on Netflix. Okay. They can have my 40, 50 cents net loss. God bless. I'm washing my hands with this thing. It trades like complete crap. It's not like a beta name like everything else with $5, $7, $12 worth of range. It's just garbage. And it could be somebody else's garbage, but it's not mine. So you had Shopify getting murdered, Microsoft getting murdered. I actually had a pretty decent rejection today on PLTR. We shorted this thing into a rejection. I got a nice $2 rejection this thing towards the end of the morning. A little bit of a sloppy session, but if you caught Tesla, if you caught Shopify, if you caught Apple, if you caught a little bit of Micron for a couple of bucks, and Microsoft especially had a really, really aggressive day. So let's talk about tomorrow, right? I just gave you guys Micron tomorrow. Let's see what happens with AMD, but let me give you some ideas for tomorrow. NVIDIA, I will be watching NVIDIA. You see how many times it held the 150-day moving average, folks? Check this out. Once, right? It held it on November 25th. It held it on December 17th. It held it today, right? You see it? If it loses the 150-day moving average, NVIDIA will get hit. Let me show you what could be. You guys remember our pivot on Robinhood, right? Same thing, right? Same thing on Robinhood. Remember Robinhood held this blue line twice, held it 3 times, held it here, held it here, held it here, and then finally the next day, boop, 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 boop. Goodbye. So NVIDIA setting up exactly the same way, held the 150-day 3 times. Let's definitely keep an eye on NVIDIA. For tomorrow, I will be also watching, as we talked about, MU. Look at Airbnb, man. Look at Airbnb. First close today below everything. Just everything just blew out of the water. Is it possible it has an inside day tomorrow, maybe rallies a little bit? Okay. I will definitely be watching this thing the next couple of days for a move below today's channel. This thing looks just disgusting. ONON looks like it really is, an inch away from losing its lunch as well. It lost this whole channel here, reclaimed it back on the close, but now we have a definitive pivot to the downside. Fox A, again, first close below the 50-day moving average. I will be watching this thing through tomorrow's channel as well. And just in case they come back for Tesla again, I'll be watching that as well. But MU, NVIDIA, definitely watching tomorrow. Definitely watching tomorrow. Airbnb for a potential day 2, I'm definitely watching tomorrow. And that it is about it. So again, reminder, Qs close below the 50-day moving average. Again, by the time you watch this broadcast, I don't know where AMD will be, but AMD will be setting the tone. As of right now, AMD is actually rallying back up. It's only down a little bit less than 5%. So let's see where this thing winds up tomorrow. Again, the most important thing is it's not the market that you want. It's the market that you have. Guys, God bless. Hope everybody's doing well, and I'll catch you on the field tomorrow.